What's up, everybody? I am Bernard Boo, this is WrestleBoo, and this is my reaction to the May 29th, 2018 episode of Smackdown Live. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could do me a big favor and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, of course, it would be much appreciated. But these are just a couple quick thoughts about last night's SmackDown Live show. I still prefer SmackDown Live to Raw overall as a television program. On Raw, they're doing a lot of good things, like I said on yesterday's video, but SmackDown Live, from front to back, it's a tighter program, mostly because it's only 2 hours long, and they've got a lot of really, burgeoning, surging superstars on the blue brand. And first and foremost of those burgeoning superstars is Shinsuke Nakamura. He looked so great last night in his not quite a squash match with Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger is a very popular superstar, so I wouldn't call it a squash match. But Shinsuke and Ty are kind of the same size physically, but Ty, it seemed like, or it felt like, it would be a huge upset if Ty were to beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke seemed like a main attraction on that show, the biggest heel on the show. He's so dynamic and entertaining, and it feels like he's a tried and true main event player now, which is great. This heel Shinsuke Nakamura is the truest form of Shinsuke we've seen in WWE yet. He's kind of flirting with the greatness that he found in NJPW for so many years. I don't know, much like Seth Rollins on Raw, Shinsuke is on fire. This is the best version of Shinsuke we've seen yet, and he's maybe, if not the best heel in WWE, he's the most entertaining heel. He's the most dynamic in the ring, and he's cutting great promos too. All three members of the New Day had a match against The Miz and The Bar. This match exceeded expectations. I mean, New Day, over and over again, just remind you that all three of these guys are super duper talented in that ring, a really dynamic tag team, and this match had so many cool spots, with Xavier Woods kind of stepping off of Sheamus's back and doing kind of this plancha to the outside onto Cesaro, I think, whatever. I forget who he hit on the outside, but there was that cool spot. Kofi Kingston standing on top, on the very tippy top of that corner post, that ring post, and jumping onto all three heels on the outside. That was spectacular. So many great spots in this match, so many false finishes. I love how the New Day is looking in the ring, but the only thing I will say about the New Day is that it just feels like, even though they keep turning out good matches, it feels like they don't have a lot of upward mobility as far as storyline, right? It seems like they've got nowhere left to go. They were the tag team champions for so long. Did they break a record? I think they broke a record for how long they held the WWE Tag Team Championship. So it's like, it feels like in the back of your mind as you're watching the New Day, you're just thinking, what else is left for them to do? They're still entertaining. They're obviously really good in the ring. They're kind of stepping up their in-ring work, but maybe it's time to split them up. I don't know. It might be a tough sell to WWE management because I'm sure they sell a ton of merch as the New Day, but as far as looking at those guys' solo careers, maybe it's time for them to head out on their own and maybe split them up amongst the two brands. Sticking with the tag team division, which on SmackDown is way better than Raw's tag team division. Take a look at my video from yesterday reacting to Raw to see how I feel about Raw's tag teams. Just awful over there. But on the SmackDown side, it's looking really, really cool to me. I mean, obviously you had the New Day and the Bar having that barn burner, but now you've got the Good Brothers. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, who have been sleepers for me. I mean, these guys are a world-class tag team. They haven't really gotten a chance to display their full capabilities on WWE programming, but now they will at Money in the Bank. They're taking on the Bludgeon Brothers. This is going to be a physical tag team match, man. This is maybe going to steal the show at Money in the Bank if they get the time. Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan, I love them as a tag team. They've been a tag team for many, many years. They've got that chemistry, as does the Good Brothers. I'm very much looking forward to their clash at Money in the Bank. And quickly, I just want to mention Becky Lynch. She had this promo backstage with Charlotte Flair where she was, dropping her puns. That's kind of like her low-key gimmick that WWE doesn't seem to want to advertise, but she's really good at when she is given promo time. She's so adorable. Like, Becky Lynch's promos, her delivery, she just sounds like kind of the quirky schoolgirl who no one really gets because she's so out there, but, you know, all us nerd guys kind of have a crush on her. Becky Lynch is so cute, man. I just can't get enough of her on the mic. I wish we saw more of that. Now, another female promo I really enjoy is Zelena Vega's promos, kind of, I don't know, bigging up Andrade Cien Almas, who had a backstage, I don't know, standoff with Sin Cara, who I guess they were trying to portray that Sin Cara and Andrade used to be friends in Mexico and stuff, and Zelena Vega told him off, and Andrade, you know, basically was saying without saying anything that they're not friends anymore, or he said something in Spanish. Sorry, my ignorant American ears didn't pick that up or remember it, but he said something in Spanish that sounded mean to Sin Cara. But what I don't like about Andrade Cien Almas is that while Zelena Vega is talking, Andrade, he kind of just echoes whatever she's saying with his facial expressions in this really cheesy way. Like, she'll say that Andrade Cien Almas is, you know, the best wrestler in the world or whatever, and he'll go, yes I am, you know, without saying anything. It's these really over-exaggerated, I don't know, pantomimes, and I really get sick of it, and it's just so obvious. He's not adding anything to the promo. He's just drawing attention to himself that is negative, like bad attention. He looks like he's just doesn't know what to do with his body or his face while Zelena is talking. But other than that, Zelena is an asset to him. I like this pairing, and I am excited to see who they ultimately end up pairing Andrade Cien Almas with on SmackDown. I think he could be a key player on the show. One wrestler that continues to surprise me every week is Mandy Rose, formerly part of the Absolution stable alongside Paige and Sonya Deville. Mandy Rose is kind of a standout in the women's division on SmackDown to me right now. I like her moveset a lot. She does these flying knees or running flying knees that look really good, really brutal, and it seems like it's that kind of move that because she's using big body movements and her opponent is too when they sell, it seems like the kind of move that sells to like the cheap seats in an arena, right? I'm a big fan of moves like that are really expressive and use your whole body to do. Mandy Rose, I'm surprised by how physical she is in that ring. I think we all kind of were familiarized with her at first as this kind of model brought into WWE talent, kind of like her friend a while ago, Eva Marie? I already forgot her name. I think her name's Eva Marie, the redheaded chick. But Mandy Rose is legit, I think. I think at first I thought Sonya Deville had the most potential out of the two of them, but now Mandy Rose, she obviously has a great look. She's beautiful, and she's expressive with her body in the ring. I think she speaks the wrestling language very well for a rookie. She was just on Tough Enough, it seems like, yesterday. So Mandy Rose, maybe keep an eye out for her, man. I was sleeping on her. The main event for the night was a qualifying match for the men's Money in the Bank match at Money in the Bank. That was a really silly sentence to me for some reason, but it was between Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, and Big Cass. Now, this match was originally advertised as a singles match between Joe and Daniel Bryan, so in the opening for the show when they inserted Cass into the equation, I was a little disappointed, but once the match got going, I really liked it. I really liked the added element of Big Cass in there. He's such an athletic super heavyweight, man. He's obviously huge, but I don't get how he moves and takes those bumps over the top rope to the outside. He's so athletic and kind of, I don't know, sinewy, like really lanky and stuff, and he uses his length really, really well. Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan got to work together a lot in there too, so that scratched my itch, the itch that I had at the beginning of the show when they advertised this match. Daniel Bryan he's got so much fire, so much speed, I mean, and he knows when to slow down now. I like the fact that he takes into account that people thought that he was, this is like smart mark bullshit, but people thought that he was taking his front drop kicks off the top turnbuckle, like landing too high on his shoulders, which is definitely true, but, you know, I hate that fans talk about that as if they know, you know, anything about wrestling mechanics. They just heard someone say that or whatever. That just pisses me off. But anyways, Daniel Bryan's in-ring work continues to improve post-retirement. This is so great. I love watching him wrestle whenever he does. And on top of the match being great, the thing that I want to say in conclusion, it sounds like giving a speech or something. But the thing I want to end off with is that Samoa Joe, while most people would call him a traditional heel, I actually think that he's a tweener, an in-betweener. He while he's mean and badass and stuff, and he's like a traditional heel in certain ways, like the way he's disrespectful to people, he also is kind of tailor-made to, he's like built to appeal to internet fans as a babyface in a way, right? Like, he's not a chicken shit heel. He's not a coward. He will fight anybody. He comes from that indie background, you know, he's got that underdog appeal because he wasn't a WWE born and bred talent, and he's just cool. Like the way he talks, his promos, the way he runs people down. Like I always say, when Joe comes on that screen, daddy's home. He's the big dog. He's the real big dog. And I think people can't help but cheer for him because he's so cool. And if I'm gonna guess, I think that WWE Creative is cool with that, and they might have been doing this on purpose. I think they want Joe to become a fan favorite. While ostensibly it looks like they're booking him as a heel, I don't know. It seems like he's more of an in-betweener. He seemed just as, you know, he seemed to hate Big Cass just as much as he hated Daniel Bryan. He wanted to kick Big Cass's ass just as much as he wanted to kick Daniel Bryan's ass. This is exactly how I want WWE to book Roman Reigns. But the only thing Joe is missing, like, if Joe was in Roman Reigns' spot and they were booking him like this, he would be the biggest star in the company. I have no doubt. Joe has everything. Some of the best promos in the company, some of the best in-ring work. He's got everything. Samoa Joe on Smackdown Live is one of my favorite parts of this show, and man, SmackDown's just stacked because Joe's great, Daniel Bryan's great, Cass is surging, and that's not even mentioning the main event guys, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke's on fire. Man, SmackDown is sick, and this was another awesome episode of The Weekly Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll say it again, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video with a friend. I am Bernard Boo, this is WrestleBoo, and I'll see you next time.